Hello everyone, pleased to see you again. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want more daily updates and transfer news in Manchester United. It's match day at the iconic Old Trafford in Manchester, as the Red Devils prepare for their second leg clash in the UEFA Europa League round of 16. Manchester United has had a strong run in the competition this season, with an impressive unbeaten streak that has yet to be broken. The aggregate score stands at 1-1 following the first leg, setting the stage for an exciting and pivotal return to the theatre of dreams. United's squad is feeling the pressure as they continue to pursue success in the competition. Though their performance domestically has left a lot to be desired, Europe provides a glimmer of hope for fans and players alike. Winning the Europa League is seen as a critical objective this season, not just for securing silverware but for earning a spot in next season's prestigious Champions League. In positive news, the squad has received a boost ahead of the second leg, with both Mason Mount and Manuel Akanji returning to training. Mount, who has been sidelined with an injury, could be a key player for United's creative midfield, while Akanji's defensive presence could shore up the backline. Despite these returns, injuries continue to be a persistent challenge for manager Erik Ten Hag, with several key players still unavailable or doubtful for the match. Among those is captain Harry Maguire, whose fitness is uncertain ahead of the decisive encounter. United have been formidable at home in Europe, with an impressive record of 27 wins from their last 28 matches at Old Trafford in the Europa League. This run provides a solid foundation for the team, but the pressure to perform is undeniably high. The tie remains finely poised, and the Red Devils will be hoping to carry the momentum of their home form to secure a crucial victory. In the context of the ongoing season, Manchester United's domestic form has been inconsistent, with several key moments falling short of expectations. The team has faced criticism for their inability to string together consistent performances, both in the Premier League and domestic cups. However, the Europa League offers a potential lifeline, as a victory would not only propel them into the next stage, but also guarantee a spot in the Champions League, providing an avenue to restore some pride in what has been a turbulent campaign. For fans, this match represents more than just a game. It's a chance for redemption and a vital opportunity to salvage a season that has, so far, been marked by underachievement. The squad is eager to show their resilience, and with the backing of their passionate supporters at Old Trafford, United will be hoping to turn the tie in their favour. As the players take to the pitch, every pass, tackle and shot on goal will be scrutinised as they battle to keep their European dreams alive and advance toward the coveted silverware that could define their season. As Manchester United prepares for this crucial Europa League tie, the stakes are incredibly high, and the match at Old Trafford has become a must-win for Erik Ten Hag's side. With the aggregate score tied at 1-1, the second leg offers a chance for United to secure their place in the quarter-finals and keep their hopes of Champions League qualification alive. Their domestic struggles have made the Europa League their most viable route to Europe's elite competition next season, and failure to progress here would be a major blow to their ambitions. Despite these challenges, Manchester United has a strong home advantage, with their remarkable record in the Europa League at Old Trafford providing optimism. Their resilience and fighting spirit have often come to the fore on European nights, and the players will need to channel that energy once again. The return of Mason Mount and Manuel Akanji provides a much-needed boost for United, particularly in midfield and defence, where the team has struggled with injuries and inconsistency. Mount's creativity and energy could inject new life into the midfield, offering more support for the attacking players. Akanji's experience and solid defensive capabilities will be crucial in keeping things tight at the back, especially considering United's defensive vulnerabilities this season. However, the uncertainty surrounding Harry Maguire's fitness remains a concern, with the captain's leadership and presence in the heart of the defence potentially missing on the night. With both teams eager to make their mark, tonight's clash promises to be a thrilling contest. Manchester United will need to overcome the challenges posed by injuries, while hoping for standout performances from key individuals. The next few hours could determine whether their season ends in heartbreak or with the joy of European glory and a Champions League qualification spot. The stakes couldn't be higher for the Red Devils, and the fans will be hoping for a performance worthy of their rich European history. Is Manchester United ready to spend £51 million on EDERSON? As Casemiro's replacement, Manchester United has shown willingness to pay £51 million to acquire Atalanta's Ederson, who remains the main midfield target of manager Ruben Amorim. Manchester United has shown willingness to pay £51 million to acquire Atalanta's Ederson, who remains the main midfield target of manager Ruben Amorim. United looks for midfield additions to replace Casemiro because of his expensive £350,000 weekly salary, while also securing Christian Eriksen's future after his June expiration date. Various sources report Ederson as the preferred candidate because of his successful displays with Atalanta throughout his 2022 season. The ability to fill in as a 6, 8 and 10 gives Ederson standing as a suitable addition for United's developing team structure. Ederson's versatility makes him a key target for Manchester United. Calcio Mercato reports that United places Ederson at the top of their goalkeeper targets as the club is prepared to offer a £51 million transfer fee. Atlanta's top-flight success can be attributed to 25-year-old Brazilian player who started only one Serie A match this season. His functional versatility throughout the midfield positions enhances his attractiveness to United's rebuilding project. The club wants to replace Casemiro with Ederson because his capabilities correspond to the tactical plans of manager Amorim and meet United's search for a youth-oriented dynamic midfielder. Atalanta's strong stance. As Man United pursue Ederson remains under contract with Atalanta until 2027, thus giving the Italian club substantial power in exchange negotiations. The Atalanta club understands growing interest in their top midfielder, but needs a substantial offer to release him. United invests in Ederson because it shows their dedication to building up their team after losing multiple important midfielders. Atalanta has shown determination to keep Ederson, but might reconsider his future in case United presents a £51 million bid. The upcoming transfer window will make United's attempt to acquire Ederson from Atalanta a matter of close observation. Amorim chasing wing-back Quenda, United eyeshot keeper, new stadium plans revealed. Manchester United are braced for a monumental summer transfer window, with Ruben Amorim expected to overhaul the squad with incomings players and exits. Amorim is expected to raid former club Sporting with strike sensation Viktor Gyökeres, a top target, and wing-back Giovanni Quenda also on his radar. Sunsport can also exclusively reveal that the Red Devils are keeping tabs on Blackburn Rovers goalkeeper Ainsley Pears. Elsewhere, Manchester United have unveiled stunning plans to build a new £2 billion, 100,000 capacity stadium. Maguire out, Mount in, training at least. Mason Mount trained on Wednesday for the first time since sustaining an undisclosed injury that has ruled him out of the past 19 games. Mason Mount is too soon, Amorim said of the game against Real Sociedad tonight. Lenny Yoro is out. Harry Maguire cannot play this one, but I hope to have him for Sunday against Leicester. Manuel Ugarte is in the squad and I think there is no one else return. Yoro is not long-term, but he cannot play this game or the other one. Casemiro accepts fate away from United. Though Casemiro's minutes have picked up in recent weeks due to Manchester United's injury issues, the Brazilian midfielder still looks to be at the top of list of players to be shifted out in the summer. The 33-year-old has looked a shadow of himself since his first season at United and has accepted his future lies away from the club. Teams in MLS, Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Brazil are all exploring a move for Casemiro, according to Court Offside. Amorim, Europa will give us energy. Ruben Amorim has insisted that while winning the Europa League would not change a lot, it would give the team more energy. The United boss is preparing for a second leg against Real Sociedad tonight. He said, "It is also important. It will give us more energy to continue the season. It is not going to change a lot, but it can give us energy. We have a clear plan to address next season. Of course, we have the Europa League also, and we can reach the Champions League. You never know, it can change plans. We have a plan, and we know what to do. We know what kind of players we need to bring." Out with the old United's iconic Old Trafford may be deconstructed a year after moving into their brand new stadium. The club revealed images and graphics of the 100,000-seater Superground, worth a staggering £2 billion they are planning to build near their current home. According to Manchester Evening News, the architects also suggested that their legendary ground could be demolished within a year. United Chief Executive Omar Barada stated that a final decision regarding Old Trafford has yet to be taken, but added it's unlikely they will keep it in operation. Barada said, when asked if Old Trafford could be kept, "I'd say it's unlikely." Return to sender. Jadon Sancho could return to Manchester United next season, despite Chelsea having an obligation to buy the forward. The United winger, 24, is currently on a season-long loan at Stamford Bridge. According to the Mail, the final fee will be between £22 million and £25 million, depending on Chelsea's final league position. But the outlet claims the Blues could yet back out of the deal and send Sancho back to United, where he still has 18 months left on his £250,000 a week contract. The ex-Manchester City star has yet to agree personal terms with the Blues. Ruben Amorim has acknowledged he and Manchester United's players are underperforming this season after Sir Jim Ratcliffe's criticism of the squad. Among a series of interviews on Monday, the Manchester United co-owner told the BBC, "Some players are not good enough and some probably are overpaid. But for us to mould the squad that we are fully responsible for and accountable for will take time." The comments came amid media reports that Manchester United will overhaul the squad this summer as they look to rebuild and challenge for trophies again. When asked about Ratcliffe's comments, Amorim admitted that there are issues to resolve across the board and said the team were determined to change opinions. Speaking ahead of Thursday's Europa League last 16 second leg tie against Real Sociedad, the Man United head coach said, "I think if we are being honest, everybody, me and the players, we are underperforming this season, so we can change that." You are talking about players like Casemiro, for example, who have won everything, and we know that these kind of players can play so much better. He, Ratcliffe, was honest on that. The focus is to change his mind and change all the people's minds. It's the right way to do it. Even people say I'm not good enough for this club, and my feeling is that you can change that with results. In training, I feel that they want this really bad, especially for tomorrow. Manchester United set for mass squad call this summer, with 8 stars set for Axe and practically all players for sale. There is also the possibility that Sancho could return to Old Trafford. Several Manchester United players are at risk of being axed this summer as co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe plots a complete rebuild. The British billionaire name-dropped 5 senior stars when giving a damning assessment on the state of Manchester United this week, admitting they are not good enough to represent the club. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is prepared to listen to offers for every Manchester United player. The Red Devils want to offload Casemiro, but the midfielder is determined to stay. Antony's future is still yet to be resolved. During an interview with the BBC, he said, "If you look at the players we are buying this summer, that we didn't buy, we're buying Antony. We're buying Casemiro. We're buying Andre Onana. We're buying Rasmus Højlund. We're buying Jadon Sancho. These are all things from the past. Whether we like it or not, we've inherited those things and have to sort that out. For Sancho, who now plays for Chelsea, and we pay half his wages, we're paying £17 million to buy him in the summer." The only player that received any praise from the club chief was captain Bruno Fernandes. However, even he could be put up for sale at the end of the season. The Daily Mail has claimed that United will consider offers for practically every player when the transfer window opens. Christian Eriksen, Viktor Lindelof, Johnny Evans and Tom Heaton are all set to leave Old Trafford as free agents in June. But the Red Devils may find it hard to offload some players, especially without taking a huge loss. Casemiro, who cost United a whopping £70 million in 2022, is determined to see out the remainder of his contract, which expires at the end of the 2025 to 2026 campaign. The Brazilian is also the club's highest earner and pockets £375,000 a week. Meanwhile, £85.5 million man Antony has struggled at Old Trafford since completing his move from Ajax 3 years ago. With just 12 Manchester United goals to his name, the winger was loaned out to Real Betis in January and has since managed 6 goal contributions in 9 games. Ratcliffe and co will be hoping that his impressive La Liga form bumps up his value ahead of the summer window. Højlund is another player who has failed to match expectations following a big money move. While he showcased some positive glimpses in his debut campaign, the striker has not lived up to his £72 million price tag this term. The Mail has also reported that Sancho could return to Manchester United from Chelsea this summer, despite the Blues having an obligation to buy. Should Enzo Maresca decide against keeping the England forward, Chelsea will have to pay a significant penalty to withdraw from the agreement. Manchester United could be forced to shell out £20 million to offload Marcus Rashford this summer. Marcus Rashford exit could cost Manchester United £20 million if he leaves permanently this summer. Marcus Rashford looks almost certain to leave Manchester United this summer after joining Aston Villa on loan, but the Red Devils face having to shell out a huge sum to offload him due to his £325,000 a week salary. Manchester United could be forced to pay out £20 million if Marcus Rashford leaves this summer, with the England star facing an uncertain future at Old Trafford. Rashford is currently playing for Aston Villa on loan after falling out with Ruben Amorim at United, and it appears unlikely he will return to his boyhood club in the summer. Villa have an option to sign Rashford permanently for £40 million if his loan deal is a success. But it is unlikely Unai Emery's side would be able to pay his huge salary of £325,000 a week. While United could end up pocketing £40 million for Rashford, the club could end up paying off the rest of his contract to satisfy his demands, which adds up to around £20 million, according to the Daily Mail. Rashford's current deal at Old Trafford runs until 2028, after he agreed a contract extension in 2023, but honouring that deal looks more and more unlikely after his row with Amorim, who accused the player of not giving the maximum in training. The 27-year-old joined the club aged 7 and has gone on to make 426 appearances for the Red Devils, scoring 138 times. His looming contract situation comes after Sir Jim Ratcliffe gave a candid interview revealing the club's financial difficulties and how they are having to spend millions on player wages and owed transfer fees. Rashford's future at United looks uncertain after falling out with boss Ruben Amorim. Speaking to Gary Neville on The Overlap, he said, "If you look at the players that we will buy this summer that we did not buy, in other words, we're buying Antony this summer. We're buying Jadon Sancho this summer. We're buying Rasmus Højlund. We're buying Casemiro. We're buying Andre Onana. It's not a light switch. In your day, Neville's, you bought a player, and that was it. I know that the bill we will pay this summer is £89 million for players that have been signed previously. If we buy no players, we write a cheque for £89 million this summer." Rashford is among a crop of United stars who are expected to leave this summer in a clear-out that could see as many as 8 senior players axed. Ratcliffe insisted a number of United players were not good enough and overpaid, and the club could now cut their losses on the likes of Casemiro, Mason Mount, Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof, Johnny Evans, Rasmus Højlund, Jadon Sancho and Tom Heaton. Finally, Paul Pogba declared he is back after his 18-month suspension from football. Paul Pogba confirms he is back after Manchester United legend tipped Old Trafford return. Paul Pogba initially received a 4-year ban from football after testing positive for a banned substance, before having it reduced to 18 months following an appeal, and the ex-Manchester United star can now return to football. Former Manchester United star Paul Pogba confirmed he is back after his doping ban, meaning the Frenchman is now up for grabs on a free transfer. Pogba tested positive for a banned substance in September 2023 while playing for Juventus, and was provisionally suspended before he also failed his B sample and was banned from football for 4 years. That ban was then reduced to 18 months after an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport in late 2024, after a ruling claimed his ingestion of the substance was not intentional. The verdict meant Pogba was able to begin training with clubs from January, before he could officially start playing for a team in March, with his ban now officially completed. On his official Instagram page, Pogba shared a post celebrating Ramadan, using a quote that said, "Delayed, not denied. Even the prophets had to wait." He then posted a video of himself training on the pitch doing a selection of drills with the caption, "Someone is back." The 31-year-old also shared posts from others saying, "It's time, my brother, look who is back, and Paul Pogba loading." Pogba will now be stepping up his efforts to find a new club, with Manchester United linked with a sensational return for their ex-player. He started his career at Old Trafford before leaving for Juventus in 2012 and then returned in 2016 for a club record £89 million, but struggled for consistency after 226 appearances. York said, "I would give Paul Pogba a third chance, definitely, because of what United currently have and because of what we know he is capable of producing. I would say, let's have a look. Give him a contract. You've got time here to prove yourself. You can come and play and help us out with the situation." I'm sure Pogba would be very keen. Maybe he might want a long-term deal because of the security. I can see why his name has been mentioned because United have struggled and Pogba is a damn good player. Even though he's 31, I think he's far better than what we have now. And if you're going to get a player for free, who's far better than all our players in midfield, then you do it.